The Predator.
Nice to be there. Thanks.
So what all's been going on since the last G-Fest?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. I tell you, what was funny was the last G-Fest, 7 years ago, I was there, and nobody knew that I was a professional fighter. So I had these autograph photos. This isn't working. Yeah, I had these autograph photos of me in my shorts, my fight shorts, and that's it, So here I am signing pictures of me in my shorts to little kids, and it says The Predator on it. Yeah. Somebody got to explain to them.
We're going to talk a little bit about final awards, of course, today, but John's also doing a session tomorrow that's strictly on final awards. So we're going to talk a lot about all the other stuff he's got going on in his life, all the various movies and stuff he's got going on. Let me go ahead and tell you guys now, he flies out tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we're going to have to back his schedule up on your program guides. It says he's on at 11. He's going to be on at 10 a.m. in the Kennedy room downstairs. So if you guys can mark that, it's going to be 10 a.m. Let's go ahead and go at it here with him, and then we'll do some questions with you guys as well. My questions start with, you've had a varied and spectacular, notorious career. Man of many hats. You've been a firefighter, wrestler, boxer, mixed martial arts, film actor, voiceover actor. Is there anything you haven't done, man?
Never taught school.
I got one thing on it finally.
No, you know what I am? I am ashamed. I never served in the military. I am ashamed of that.
You and I both, we talked about that last night.
If I could do it all over again, I'd have served. I served my country.
I would have done it too. You even own a horse farm.
Yeah, we got some horses.
We got some horses. So it all started with wrestling though. So how'd you get started in wrestling? Professional wrestling.
Oh, professional wrestling. Well, my freshman football coach, Jerry Peckinpah, obviously he's my coach over there in Arizona. He now teaches here in Chicago. And he was the line coach, and he was also the freshman wrestling coach. And he said, well, you're going to wrestle for me, boy. You got no choice. All right, well, we got to go tell my mom. So we went over there, and we had to beg, borrow, and plead, to my mom and get her to let me wrestle because she didn't want me to ruin my chances for a football scholarship. And it turned out pretty good. And come my senior year, she almost didn't want me to play football because I'd ruined my wrestling scholarship. So, and it turned out I got a wrestling scholarship to Arizona State University, and wrestled there, and ended up getting hurt once. Got in a motorcycle accident and had to sit out. And when I sat out, I rehabbed my shoulder and did pretty good on the weights and all that good stuff. And in '88, I wrestled in the Olympic trials, and I won the Southwest Regional trials in Greco and freestyle. But there's you got Southwest, West, Northwest. It's not big bragging rights, So, I got to the national finals trial, and somebody sent me home real fast. So then after college wrestling, I did a year and a half pro boxing, and got out of sports altogether and got into the fire department. And then I started doing judo. I was a fireman, and on my days off from the fire department, I was shoeing horses. I went to Oklahoma horse shoeing school and learned how to shoe horses. And then, like I said, I was a fireman and a horseshoer, and then started doing judo and got a divorce and had to vent. So.
How many have you been divorced? How many you would like to be? Had to do that. Anyway, your dad, big influence on your life.
Yes, sir. My dad. best man ever knew. Best man ever knew in my life, you know. And yeah, he retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force, and yeah.
He was Golden Gloves champion,
Golden
right?
Gloves boxing champion in West Virginia, yeah. So yeah, I had to be like my daddy and want to learn how to box, and so when I was 14, I learned how to box, and I had my first match, knocked the guy down, and made him mad. He broke my nose. That ended my boxing career for about 10 years.
This is on your website. You entered a Golden Gloves competition when you were 14, unbeknownst to your parents.
No, they knew about it.
They knew about it?
They weren't happy about it, but they knew about it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Mom wasn't happy.
No, not at all.
Definitely. You also work with horses extensively as a farrier. We're from Alabama and Arizona. Most people here don't know what a farrier is.
Farrier is a fancy name for a horseshoer, and you tell people you're a farrier, and they're like, oh, you kill animals? No, that's a furrier. A farrier, or also just tell them, I'm a horseshoer, or I shoe horses. Ruhei Takayama-san was the writer and director of the movie Final Wars, and he was a fan of mine from Frye. And he told me that he had been looking for me for several months and trying to make contact with me, and they finally got hold, and he wrote that part in that movie for me. So that was great.
How long was the shoot? How long did you stay on set?
I was only there 3 months. It was over a year-long project. I think it was a year and a half.
3 months of actual shooting.
Right. Well, just me. I mean, everybody else was there. There's more to it.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was you're talking 16-hour days.
I was gonna say it's probably pretty tedious at times, but I bet it was a blast. It looked like you guys were having fun.
Oh yeah, it was new. It was the first big movie I was part of. I had done a couple small things in other movies, but that's just where you're on set for a day or two, 3 months. And my girls, it was a decade ago, so they were 3 and 4. And the Japanese Toho Studios brought them over. My wife and kids over there, and then they gave them the tour of the studios and the set, the city where where the actual monsters going in. And they says, "Well, we're going to take you in and we'll show you the monsters, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. They're just toy monsters, And next thing you know, my little kid's poking it and pulling on the tail. And they're like, no, don't do that. $1 million a piece, yeah.
Well, before anybody else gets a chance to ask you to do it, I told you there was one line you were going to have to say over and over and over. So go ahead and do it.
Ozaki, go right into it.
I told you you'd have a few more folks here than last time. Yeah. Anyway, the character Captain Gordon, I think all you guys will agree, tailor-made, obviously, for him, but it's also a little bit like another character. Which character are we thinking of? Captain Jinduji from Atragon. Anybody seen Atragon? He was also the captain of the Go Tango. Were you aware of this movie, or had you seen the movie?
No, sir.
Well, guess who's going to hook you up with your very own unlicensed copy at some point. It's licensed. Joke.